Introduced a bill last Thursday that would protect energy production and therefore jobs right here in the state of Texas.
It kills jobs in Texas.
Congressman Randy Weber is one of several Texas lawmakers filing legislative action to push back against President Joe Biden's executive order last week to temporarily stop new oil and gas drilling on federal lands and waters. Weber argues the freeze could be detrimental to the state's economy, which relies heavily on energy production, and affect thousands of Texas workers who are already struggling because of the pandemic.
We don't get to export as much energy as we've been. We have worked for years to try to be energy independent and indeed energy dominant. Our District 14 on the Gulf Coast of Texas produces about 65% of the nation's jet fuel and about 20% of the nation's gasoline east of the Rockies. We've got 5 ports.
Last week, Weber was among a group of Republicans who filed the Conservation Funding Protection Act. The bill would ensure that oil producers retain access to critical energy reservoirs on the outer continental shelf. If passed, the bill would overrule Biden's order. Beyond the Texas economy, Weber says the president's directives also has geopolitical implications.
We've got a strong military that's going to have to be based on fossil fuels, energy. That's just the way it is. When we want to trade with people around the world, we need energy. You got to move products, whether it's by truck, by train, by boat, whatever it is.
While mostly faced with Republican opposition, the issue is now becoming a bipartisan concern. Houston area Congresswoman Lizzie Fletcher was among 4 Democrats to send a letter to President Biden last week, urging him to rescind the order and reject similar policies. In the meantime, Weber proposes an increased focus on renewable energy research.
It doesn't have to be this stringent. We can improve. We can increase the research on renewables. We can increase the amount of money that we're spending on research, but we don't have to kill the fossil fuel energy industry to do it.
Now, coming up this Tuesday, several Republican lawmakers will also be hosting a roundtable discussion with local oil and gas workers to discuss how President Biden's directives are impacting them. Natalie He reporting, Fox 26 News.